Welcome back, everybody. Michael, Vintage Diesel Equipment Service. Well, for many of you, it's either your first time or you ain't clicked that fancy button down there. Well, if you don't mind, reach down there and give the subscribe, the like, and who knows, maybe even that share button to smash. Tell your friends. Maybe they'll like it. Behind me is a Ditchwitch Rt45. We've worked on this machine before, or at least one of them. Check out the video and you'll see how we fix the auger, and check out the video and we'll show you how to fix your plow, be it the cylinder or whatever madness you happen to have going. But today what we are going to fix on this dude, or at least we're going to tear into it and figure out what's going on, is whenever you say you dig down with that front bucket, you know, your little plow, maybe you're inverted a little bit, that tire will no longer pull itself. In fact, you'll see it go to try to turn and it just thuds, and you hear a kerthunk. I'm betting the axle's broke. Any takers? I don't know. We'll see. Either it's gonna be, is that poison ivy? Leaves of 3. Is that poison ivy? It sure looks like it. But I ain't no poison ivy expert. If you happen to know, click down below if that's poison ivy. I'm hoping it ain't. Anyway, I'm gonna jack this dude up, try to, I don't know, get into this diff, maybe drain it out, and we'll start inspecting it for, you know, broke. Alright, here we go. Alright folks, so it is not a broken differential or a broken axle. Nope. Instead, that's the ring and pinion. As you can see, that dude is just, I mean, it is absolutely just hammered. I mean, I don't even know what to say. There's chunks everywhere. So, alright, I guess I'm gonna have to get with Ditchwitch and see if they sell the diff or if you got to buy the entire axle. Stay tuned. So you broke your pinion gear in your Rt45 Ditchwitch. Well, you might be out of luck, or you might be waiting a while, or maybe buying more than what you want. I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out real soon. Right now I'm waiting on one of the biggest Ditchwitch outfits of all of Texas to call me back. He said that they ain't been able to get this sort of stuff in the last 2 months. What's with all these shortages, y'all? Anyway, chime in down below. Are you having a hard time getting a hold of your Ditchwitch parts? let me know. So, after talking with Ditchwitch, they tell me that the ring gear's been on back order for 2 months and they don't know when it will be. He'll send me the breakdown so I can figure out what parts I need. But if we're in a pinch, he can send me a complete diff. I bet he can. Anyway, so what we're gonna do in the meantime is we're just gonna go ahead and throw our diff cover back on and a couple bolts in it so it won't leak. Pack up what we got for now and, well, vamonos, I guess. So, with that said, alright folks, so back on the Ditchwitch, and well, looks like we're going to do the whole diff. Yep. So there it is, everything but the axles. What fun, right? If you're curious about price, well, have your seat. I'll give you a second because you're going to want to sit down for that. It's like 4,500 bucks, 46. Yeah, it's high. I'm just trying to tell you, it's expensive. So, yeah. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and pull the old diff out, and then take all the parts that we need off the old one and put it on the new one, and all that fun stuff. So, let us get after it. All right, folks. Well, sorry I didn't get to film this little bit, but I started the day with help, and after just 2 hours in the Texas heat, well, they tapped out, decided this wasn't for them. It's all good, I understand. It's really not for me either, but somebody's got to do this job. Well, there you see it. Yep. So let me explain the process out here, because under there is going to be difficult. But I will show you a couple things. As you can see, there are 2 bolts that hold the fuel, that big fuel line on. It goes from one side to the other, because you got a tank in one spot and a tank in another. Then as you can see, a big apparatus is hanging there, right? Yeah, you take those 2 bolts out, and you take the bolt out of the end of the yoke, okay? I guess either end, really, it wouldn't matter. And then you can just slide the yoke off of the spline of the rear diff right there and out of your way. Okay, next you're gonna want to drain your fuel. Now you can do it any way you want to. I ain't trying to tell you what to do, but if you're a man that prefers comfort, come right over here. Yeah, it's got an electric fuel pump. Use it. Just pull it off the injection pump, stick your 5-gallon bucket underneath here, and cycle the key as many times as it takes to empty your fuel. And then the hydraulic, well, you just go over there to the hydraulic tank and you take the plug out from the bottom and be ready. After that, you're gonna have 3 lines on your pump, which is up, you know, it's up in there, so it's gonna be fun. This one here, and these two are boogers. They're gonna be hard. Alright, eating, that's nice. Alright, and then of course your 4 bolts that bolt it to the tractor. And then of course it's gonna aim for the ground. It's gonna want out, so you be prepared for it. So kind of unavoidable, especially if you're by yourself. Probably need 2 jacks, one at the front, one at the back. But I had what I had. Like I said, I started out the day with help. And then of course you see, I had to drag it out myself, you know, get it all unbolted myself really. Slide it on out here. And getting it on this tire was, yeah, I'm 200 and close to 50 pounds. That diff outweighs me a bit, and well, there ain't nobody here to do it for me, so I don't recommend you do that yourself. I'm just trying to tell you. Next, I'll need to, of course, unbolt my pump and this transfer case here. Okay, I need to get that out of the way, which will be a matter of unbolting all the bolts on the back and sliding this whole transfer case off, which will give me access finally to the bolts that hold it onto the rear. And then we'll unbolt that, and then finally we'll take the cover off, undo both shafts, because apparently neither axle comes with a full unit. $4,600, and I said complete diff. I don't know. Anyway, if you're curious, it does have dyno gearboxes front and rear, so who knows, maybe you want to go rock climb your ditch witch. Don't do that. Don't do that. Alright, let me get after it. folks, it is, well, it's the next day. It's already hot. It's, what can I say? But, I caved today. Yep. And if you just follow the old cord around, and over, yeah, generator, air compressor, it's all on the truck today. I usually don't drag all this stuff around, but you know, if you got it, maybe it's not necessarily a bad idea to use it. I mean, it's just been sitting there, so. All right, look, Traveler. Yeah, per your adventure, little guy. All right, so yesterday I unbolted my axles and pulled them out. I set them according to their sides out of the way for now, which got me to this bearing. Bearing is actually in really good shape. So to get to these bolts here, I've got to take this bearing off, of course, right? So I'll be pulling the bearing, and then the reason for that is we've got to get to those bolts there and, you know, get all of this off. And to get all of this off, the old bearing's got to come off. Which brings me to this. You're going to need something, maybe not this brand, okay? I just went and bought this today after realizing that my little 3-jaw puller just wasn't going to get the job done on this big boy. So here we are with this, and I'm going to use it in a 2-jaw configuration, and we should be able to pull that bearing right off there, especially if I use a bearing cup. So all right, let me get everything set up and kind of show you how this goes together. So oh yeah, see, that's just going to give us something to really be able to bite down on. Cool. Now that I've figured out their kit, I'll run this on down. All right, so I'm gonna throw you on time lapse, y'all. Alright, so I've got everything disassembled. So what I'm actually going to do now is I'm going to load up all my parts. And we're going, well, back to my place to assemble this, because I'm going to run all this to the parts washer. There's just too much metal to mess with on the axles, and you know, on all of the like hardware and all of this. And you know, why not just clean it all while you got a chance? I mean, you're putting it in a brand new diff, so you don't want to wind up with all this metal there. So with that said, load everything up, go back to my place. All right, folks, so we're back on the Ditchwitch. I'm sorry I boneheaded, forgot to record part of it. We've already got the diff back together, trying to get it underneath here. As you can see, it's a little bit of a pain in the butt. We're going to whip it. So just bear with me, and the next thing you'll see is bolts holding that rear end together. Here we go. folks, I'm having to, well, shoot it on my phone because, you know, somebody forgot their GoPro. Well, I had help on this project some, and I guess some people just, look, this ain't for everybody. That's all I know to say. This job ain't for everybody. And with that said, I've already got everything back together. The fluids are all filled back up. And I think this thing goes. In fact, I know it does. So, without further ado, kind of sketchily, I'm going to show you it runs. So here we go. Alright, let me get up here and play with the shifter. Doesn't seem to be really much I can do about that sensor. So, but here we go. Uh-oh. Gotta be sitting on it, Mike. Come on. You can see it from here anyway. Alright. There it is. There's the rear diff. Sweet, huh? Cool. Alright. Let's set the bucket down. You can clearly already see it all works. It's in good shape. So, I'm not going to waste y'all's time with jack stands and all that. Without further ado, wait, have you clicked the like, maybe the share button, the subscribe button even more? Stand there and give it a clicky click if you don't mind. Alright folks, we'll see you in the next one.